On the verge of wanting to leave the ANC myself. If the other crooks had taken over in December, I could not myself see continuing in the ANC. It would have been a really difficult moment for me. But with Cyril, I'm excited about it. I think there are possibilities, and we must all put our shoulders to the wheel, black and white. If there was the other outcome in December, I would have had to review what I do, because I was completely uncomfortable associating myself with crooks. I joined the ANC because it was a moral, liberating organization. It's turned into a den of thieves under Zuma. I had a meeting with him once. It was the strangest meeting. I didn't know what it was about. He invited me. Well, his people invited me to a meeting. I thought it was all of the alliance secretaries was going to be there. It was just before the elections. When I got there one evening at 10 o'clock, it was after a meeting, he actually came to speak to that meeting of Kusatu. So it was me and him alone. Yes, it was weird, but he didn't raise any of the things I said in the past. He spoke about procurement policies, and he said he wants to make the procurement policies more effective because he thinks there's too many shady things going on. And I wanted to ask him, are you serious? People are saying you're the one and your friends. But this is what he said in that meeting. And then he asked me my ideas about one or two things, which I don't think he liked, but anyway. So yeah, it's like 6 terms. 6 times I've been elected, which is unheard of in Kusatu. It's never happened anywhere that I'm aware of, so it's a bit strange. So this time was the first time I, in writing, told the unions I think that it's time for them to, at this election, I'm not going to be available for re-election. But at the same token, I said if there are big problems and there's possibilities of people being divided around this election question, of course I would assist in whatever way I can. Even if that means I must stay on for a while longer. Part of my intention is I start studying a while back. I hope to finish that now. I hope to go back to university and finish that. I wasn't formally at university. I was doing a course through the School of Governance.
At UWC?
Yeah. So I want to go back and hopefully finish that, and then next year look for a job. So that's sort of my plan. I learned a lot in Kusatu because I'm a motor mechanic. That's where my leven begin. So besides that, I don't have any other qualifications besides matric. So I do think
jy was lui op skool geweest.
Ek was.
Ek het gelees, ja.
Ek was. I don't know why I was. Nie so hard praat nie.
Sub A en sub 8.
Yes, standaard 9. Sub A en standaard 9. Ja, god ek het. Wel, sub A, I think, miskien het ek net te vroeg skool toe gaan, dis my excuse vir myself, maar ander kinders wat te vroeg skool toe gaan pas, maar okay.
Want jy het jou op 5 gegaan?
Ek weet nie, yeah, I went to school because the rest of my school life I was sort of in the same with my peers at school. But there was 2 probleme, dink ek. We were always English speaking at home. En hulle het my in 'n Afrikaanse klas gesit. So when toe ek skool gaan in the sub A, waarvan praat die mense? Ek verstaan nie die taal nie. I don't think I'll be a mechanic again. Die kar het heeltemal verander van daai dae toe ek aan gewerk het. Jy maak hier nou computers vir hulle. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to work in the union movement. So ek sal nou kyk as ek klaar gestudeer is, sal ek aansoeke doen by die verskillende unies en kyk of ek eers 'n job kry. Ek sal nie teen die besluit wees om vir SAF te daaraan werk nie. Enige unie waar ek 'n bydrae kan maak tot die werkers en ek overall, I hope that all of the unions come together and work together on the issues, because on our own gaan ons nie 'n verskil maak nie. I have 2 daughters, they're 32 now, and a son is 33, Alexa and Alanza.
Alexa and Alanza.
Yeah.
Okay. And your son?
A son, Peter.
Okay.
The one was a shop steward actually in Nehawu, so she's clearly my favorite.
You shouldn't say that.
Everybody says you shouldn't say that, but everybody has favorites. And I fish, so sometimes maak ek 'n gooi of 2 terwyl ek by die strand is. Sometimes kom my chommies die maak as 'n breakfast daar.
Op die strand?
Ja. Wat ons nou weer partytjies toe. So 10 o'clock. Ek dink ek sal ooit moeg raak van probeer om 'n bydrae te maak om dinge beter te maak.
Nou, moet dit noodwendig deur politiek wees? Is daar nie baie ander maniere ook wat mense kan doen?
Well, unions are not strictly party political. I mean, Kusatu shouldn't have such a close relation to the ANC, but it now has for a whole lot of historical reasons. We should be more independent, so in that sense it's not so party political. So as a union person, I like using the union as a vehicle to bring greater industrial democracy, more equitability, more career pathing in the workplaces. So a lot of those things that I've learned over the years in Kusatu, I always like to assist workers to apply in their workplaces. So ek sal nooit daarvan begraak nie. Sommige van die goed is nou 'n bietjie stresvol in die middel van 'n plaaswerkersstryk, soos nou in 2012.
Dis toe ek met jou gepraat het.
Ja, en die ABB kom nou af met hulle gewere en dit raak ons nou maar 'n bietjie rof. And then during that time, there was actually an incident at my house in Claremont. My sister was there with my grandchildren, and people were driving past, shouting at them. Mense wat nou sê, ja, wat 'n kat vang jou bro aan met die, of Tony aan met die plaas and so on. And these are like kids there, so I had to go there the night, come from the Dorings, go there, organize the police to lay charges of intimidation, organize the police to at least go and check, and then organize people to be there, because it's just my sister and my grandkids there, you know, to at least keep an eye on stuff. So those things are stressful when it affects, you know, your personal environment also. The highlights, I think the farm workers strike was definitely a highlight, and that was just to be part of meeting with farm workers, and a lot of the meetings that happen in the evenings on farms, people sitting around the fire working out, you know, will the strike continue on? People talking about how hard it is, there's no food for the kids, so those things were hard. People live from hand to mouth, you know, there's no, and a lot of them buy their food from the farm shops, and so when they're on strike, the farm shops don't sell them the basic things that they have. So those things were hard, and the victory, even though it was not a great increase, was an important one for all those farm workers, and I was glad that I could be part of that in some small way. So that was really nice. And then there were a number of other things over the years. There's always been nice things happening.